And welcome back to Rosen Sports Sunday. We are very pleased to have in studio the head coach of the unbeaten St. Thomas Tommies, Glenn Caruso, and one of his star players, senior wide receiver and do-everything offensive guy, Fritz Waldvogel, fresh from their impressive 23-13 win over arch rival Bethel in Division III action yesterday. Glenn, I know you guys were eager to avenge your loss to Bethel last year's quarterfinals of the NCAA. It was just a fun atmosphere and really a great result for your team yesterday.
It was a great day. I had two fantastic football teams going at it. You're right, the atmosphere was great, the day was beautiful, but most importantly, you had two teams that have a lot of great knowledge of each other. So there's really no secrecy in a game like this, and it was kind of man-on-man, bone-on-bone, and real happy with the outcome, obviously.
I'm sure you have some friends, Fritz, on that Bethel team as well. You guys have been around together for a long time. You're still unbeaten, ranked third in the country. Was it the perfect type of game that you wanted to find out about where your team is at right now?
Yeah, it's good to play a good opponent, and they were ranked 10th in the country, and so it's good for us to have a tough game, getting ready for playoffs and moving that direction. So it was a great atmosphere and just a great day. It
was just a perfect fall afternoon for just about anything yesterday, and a great start for you guys, Coach, at the start of yesterday's game. I know your running game was good. Glenn, Colin Tobin is as tough as they come. He scored a couple early touchdowns. You knew you weren't going to be able to light up the scoreboard as you have been doing a lot this year.
Well, obviously, Colin's a tremendous athlete, but most importantly, he's a senior who's waited his time. You see him here fighting for some extra yards, and he goes in for 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. So he's just everything that's right with this program. Real nice blocking up front. Willie Schneider, a guy that you just saw setting the block there, just doesn't get enough credit. Cretin-Durham Hall product. Logan Marks on the edge. He doesn't catch a whole lot of balls, but he's doing a great job. St. Thomas Academy product. And then you're seeing some really good defense. We did get beat right here. Right before half, we end up biting on a double move and should not have done that. But what I love about it is Jack Gavin.
Coach, you knew you were going to say that, Fritz.
But I'll tell you what, Jack Gavin came back and he got beat on that and then made the biggest play of the game at the end of the game.
Yeah.
They had some real talented players like you saw right there, the quarterback number 10. But our defense had their hands full.
Fritz, let me ask you this. You watch your field goal kicker. Did you have to recognize as a player in this type of game, you had to do the little things to make a big difference? That Bethel's also a very good fundamental football team. Very good, and it was awesome to see Timmy come out and kick 3 great field goals. And he went out for the 48-yarder, and we were like, well, here we go. We'll see where this goes. And Timmy put a great kick on it, and he probably could have got an extra 5 or 6 yards, so it was good to see. Well, there's so much emphasis put on it if you're talking to Leslie Frazier or if you're talking to Jerry Kill or you about the offensive line. You've been around this game for a long time. How important is it and how strong is your offensive line?
Both offensive and defensive lines are important. We actually built our program around our offensive line just because at any level, that's a place that, yes, you can have great athletes, but it's your attitude that really matters more than anything else. As a wide receiver, we love Fritz, but if he misses a step by 3 inches, we can live to fight another day. My right guard misses a block by 3 inches, we got a quarterback on his back. So diligence and intent and all those things really come into play, and we have been able to really build our program around that offensive line. A little younger than usual. We have 2 seniors, a junior, and 2 freshmen that are playing right now, but they're doing a pretty good job.
Let's show some of the defensive highlights as well. I think number 19 is Harry Patera.
Patera, let's say that Italian name right. Cretin-Durham Hall. I love that play right there. 4th and 1. He came over to the sideline on timeout, said, "Coach, I know exactly what they're going to call. They're going to call G-pitch," and made the play. And then here's on a 4th and 2, coming off the edge, Willie Barigi from one side, Harry Patera from the other, and he's excitable. How can you not?
What was that first name?
Harry Patera.
Patera and?
Willie Barigi.
It sounds like we're going out for dinner tonight.
We only take Italian linebackers, apparently, right? And Tony Dana on the inside with Michael Belisano. How can you not like that?
There's Tony Soprano on the sidelines? What do you got going on here?
Yeah, it's not a prerequisite, but they seem to be pretty good players for us. So
it worked out well for you.
Yeah, it did.
A lot of fun. Well, as you can see, Fritz Waldvogel is not a big receiver. He's one of 6 Tommies that have helped make short work of their opponents this season. Reg Chapman has their amazing story.
The Tommies are writing their own short story this fall on the field.
Kyle Whitley, 5'8", wide receiver.
Colin Tobin, 5'10", running back. You think maybe if I was a couple inches taller, it might have been different, but at this point, I couldn't be happier with where I'm at.
Dan Nearing, 6 foot, wide receiver.
Dakota Tracy, 5'10", quarterback. Yeah, God didn't give us as much size, He could have been a lot worse to us and made us a lot smaller, but he did give us a lot of good attributes.
Tim Albright, 5'8", kicker.
Fritz Waldvogel, 5'9", wide receiver. Coach Caruso said that when he recruited all of us, said, I don't care how big you are, how tall you are, as long as you can make plays, I'll put you in the field.
So now you know their names and their sizes. But what's so special about these players? They're the Tommy's top 6 offensive weapons for a team that's ranked 3rd in the country.
That's right, a half dozen players that are proving size isn't impacting their on-field performance.
Right, absolutely. You can play a lot taller than you actually are. And I think that has a lot to do with effort and how big a heart, you're playing with out there on the field. And that shows in your play and your effort. So absolutely, you can play taller than you are.
Yeah, it's nice to have that big line in front of me. And they protect me. They do a good job at that. And I thank them for that. But no, you just try to focus on yourself. And, when I'm 5'10", but I am surrounded by guys that are bigger than me, especially my line, it makes those guys seem a little smaller across the line.
Tommy's head coach Glenn Caruso doesn't exactly tower over his players at 5'9". He says height doesn't factor into his decision to recruit an athlete.
We've had a lot of success with guys that play big. Whether or not they measure very tall or very heavy, we don't really care. But their focus and their attention is second to none. And I think that's what you see on the field when you watch them on Saturday.
Some players believe their small stature is a big advantage.
Definitely, you have a lot quicker first step. You can use that as a great advantage. You can use different leverage situations, as I said earlier. I've been using it since I was 5 years old.
I find it as an advantage to be able to hide behind some of the bigger linemen and to be able to find some smaller holes that otherwise a bigger running back may not be able to find.
There's also some good-natured ribbing that goes on with the fellas.
No, I'm not a Smurf. That's Fritz. That's all Fritz. No, we get jokes every now and then. A lot of people telling us, growing up, we're too small to play the position.
We make fun of some of the bigger guys, and they give us some rousing as well, so it's fun.
Hey, what a refreshing idea. Freshman running back Aaron Terrell Bird is 5'4". Coach?
That's about right, yeah. That's about right.
I mean, it worked for you guys.
It does. Look, and don't get me wrong, we love that our tackles are 6'7" and 6'6", 320 pounds. We'll recruit big guys, but the bottom line is if you're a good football player in the state of Minnesota, we love you. And a lot of teams will win games because of their arms and their legs, and we'll win some that way, but at the University of St. Thomas, we're fortunate enough to win a lot more with our minds and our hearts. And
Fritz, you want to win a national title, obviously, before you get out of here, huh?
That's the goal, and that's we set off from day one, and that's what we're striving towards.
Congratulations, guys. Best of luck and thanks for stopping by tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Always good to have you here. Still